Welcome to our channel. Today, we're diving deep into the timeless wisdom of Marcus Aurelius, one of the most revered Stoic philosophers, and how his teachings can profoundly enhance your relationships, whether it's with your partner, family, friends, or colleagues. These 12 Stoic principles will help you cultivate deeper connections and more harmonious interactions. So, let's explore how the thoughts of a Roman emperor can guide us in modern-day relationships. Cultivate empathy by understanding others' perspectives. Marcus Aurelius said, "Whenever you are about to find fault with someone, ask yourself the following question: what fault of mine most nearly resembles the one I am about to criticize?" Empathy is the cornerstone of any healthy relationship. Marcus Aurelius teaches us to pause before passing judgment on others and reflect on our own shortcomings. This practice not only fosters empathy, but also humbles us, reminding us that we too have flaws. In relationships, misunderstandings often arise when we fail to consider the other person's perspective. The next time you're frustrated with a loved one, instead of reacting immediately, try to step into their shoes. What might they be going through? What insecurities or fears are driving their behavior? This shift in perspective can soften your response and open the door to a more compassionate dialogue. By regularly practicing this, you'll find that your relationships become less about blame and more about understanding and support. Empathy strengthens the bond between people, creating a space where both feel seen and valued. Focus on what you can control in relationships. Marcus Aurelius often emphasized, "You have power over your mind, not outside events." Realize this, and you will find strength. One of the most liberating Stoic principles is the idea of focusing on what you can control and letting go of what you cannot. In relationships, this means acknowledging that you cannot control the actions, thoughts, or feelings of others. You can only control your own reactions, emotions, and behavior. For instance, if a friend or partner is acting distant, instead of trying to change their behavior, focus on how you respond to the situation. You can choose to react with patience and understanding, or to communicate openly about how you feel without pressuring them to change. By focusing on what you can control, your attitude and actions, you reduce frustration and avoid unnecessary conflict. This approach creates a healthier dynamic where both parties feel free to be themselves without feeling controlled or manipulated. Practice acceptance and forgiveness. Marcus Aurelius wrote, "Accept the things to which fate binds you, and love the people with whom fate brings you together. But do so with all your heart." Acceptance is a powerful principle in Stoicism. In relationships, it means accepting people as they are, rather than trying to mold them into what you think they should be. This doesn't mean you ignore harmful behavior, but it does mean recognizing that people have their own paths and struggles. Forgiveness is closely tied to acceptance. Holding on to grudges or past mistakes can poison relationships. Marcus encourages us to forgive, not because others deserve it, but because it frees us from the burden of anger and resentment. To apply this in your relationships, practice letting go of past grievances. If someone close to you has hurt you, try to understand their perspective and forgive them, not just for their sake, but for your own peace of mind. Acceptance and forgiveness foster a sense of peace and can transform your relationships into more loving and supportive connections. Cultivate patience and tolerance. Marcus Aurelius observed, how much more grievous are the consequences of anger than the causes of it. In any relationship, there will be times when others irritate or anger you. Marcus Aurelius reminds us that the anger we feel often causes more harm than the original offense. The key is to cultivate patience and tolerance, allowing us to respond thoughtfully rather than reactively. When your partner or friend does something that frustrates you, take a moment to breathe and reflect. Is this issue worth escalating, or can you address it calmly and constructively? By choosing patience, you avoid unnecessary conflict and create an atmosphere of mutual respect. Tolerance also means accepting the differences in others. No two people are exactly alike, and it's these differences that often enrich our relationships. Embrace the unique qualities of those you care about, even if they sometimes challenge your patience. Live with integrity and authenticity. Marcus Aurelius advised, waste no more time arguing what a good man should be. Be one. Integrity is living in alignment with your values, and authenticity is being true to who you are. Marcus Aurelius believed that our actions should reflect our principles without concern for external approval. In relationships, this means being honest, transparent, and consistent. For instance, if honesty is a core value for you, practice it in your relationships, even when it's difficult. Being authentic might mean expressing your true feelings instead of saying what you think others want to hear. This authenticity builds trust and respect in your relationships. Living with integrity also means holding yourself accountable. If you make a mistake, own up to it and make amends. Your commitment to being your best self will inspire those around you and deepen your connections. Practice detachment to maintain inner peace. Marcus Aurelius wrote, "Receive without pride, let go without attachment." Detachment in Stoicism isn't about indifference. It's about maintaining inner peace regardless of external circumstances. In relationships, this principle can help you avoid emotional dependence or excessive attachment to outcomes. For example, in a romantic relationship, it's easy to become attached to specific outcomes, like expecting your partner to behave a certain way or the relationship to follow a particular path. However, such attachments can lead to disappointment and conflict. Instead, focus on nurturing the relationship while being open to whatever outcome unfolds. Detachment also helps in dealing with conflicts. When disagreements arise, you can approach them calmly without letting your ego drive your responses. This doesn't mean you don't care, but rather that you don't allow the relationship's ups and downs to dictate your emotional state. Embrace the present moment. Marcus Aurelius reflected, "Confine yourself to the present." One of the most profound Stoic teachings is the importance of living in the present moment. In relationships, this means being fully present with the people you care about, rather than being distracted by the past or anxious about the future. When you're with your loved ones, put away your phone, set aside your worries, and truly engage with them. Listen attentively, appreciate the moment, and express your love and gratitude. This presence fosters deeper connections and makes your interactions more meaningful. Living in the present also helps you appreciate your relationships as they are, rather than constantly wishing for them to be different. It encourages you to cherish the time you have with others and to make the most of every moment together. Lead by example with calmness and composure. Marcus Aurelius stated, "The best revenge is to be unlike him who performed the injury." In relationships, there will be times when others wrong you or act in ways that upset you. Marcus Aurelius teaches us that the best way to respond is not by retaliating, but by maintaining your own standards of behavior. Leading by example means responding to negativity with calmness and composure. If someone is angry or disrespectful, rather than mirroring their behavior, choose to remain calm and collected. This not only preserves your peace of mind, but also sets a powerful example for others. Your composure in difficult situations will often diffuse tension and can even inspire others to handle conflicts more gracefully. By being the calm in the storm, you create a more stable and positive environment in your relationships. Prioritize mutual respect and equality. Marcus Aurelius remarked, "Remember that you are but an actor in a play, of such a kind as the author chooses." In relationships, Marcus Aurelius reminds us that everyone has a role to play, and no one is inherently superior or inferior. This principle of mutual respect and equality is crucial in fostering healthy, balanced relationships. Treat others as equals, regardless of their status or position. Whether you're interacting with a partner, a friend, or a colleague, approach each relationship with respect and humility. Recognize that each person's experiences and perspectives are valid, even if they differ from your own. Prioritizing mutual respect means listening to others, valuing their opinions, and treating them with kindness. It's about creating a space where both parties feel valued and heard, which strengthens the bond and trust in your relationships. Practice gratitude for the people in your life. Marcus Aurelius wrote, "When you arise in the morning, think of what a precious privilege it is to be alive, to breathe, to think, to enjoy, to love." Gratitude is a powerful Stoic practice that can transform your relationships. By regularly reflecting on the value of the people in your life, you cultivate a deeper appreciation for them and for the time you spend together. Start each day by expressing gratitude for your loved ones. This could be as simple as a silent reflection, or as deliberate as telling them how much they mean to you. Gratitude shifts your focus from what's lacking in your relationships to what's abundant and wonderful. This practice not only enhances your own well-being, but also makes others feel valued and appreciated. It strengthens emotional bonds and encourages a positive, loving atmosphere in your relationships. Use adversity to strengthen your relationships. Marcus Aurelius noted, "The impediment to action advances action. What stands in the way becomes the way." Challenges and conflicts are inevitable in any relationship, but they can also be opportunities for growth. Marcus Aurelius teaches us that adversity, rather than being a barrier, can be a path to deeper connection and understanding. When you face difficulties in a relationship, whether it's a disagreement, a period of distance, or a significant life challenge, approach it as an opportunity to strengthen your bond. Use these moments to communicate more openly, to support each other, and to work together towards a solution. Adversity often reveals the true strength of a relationship. By facing challenges together, you build resilience and trust, which can make your relationship even stronger in the long run. Seek virtue and wisdom. Together, Marcus Aurelius believed, "The happiness of your life depends upon the quality of your thoughts." In Stoicism, virtue and wisdom are the highest goods, and they are essential not only for personal happiness, but also for the well-being of your relationships. Marcus Aurelius reminds us that cultivating virtuous thoughts and actions leads to a more fulfilling life. In your relationships, seek to grow in virtue and wisdom together. Engage in meaningful conversations about values, ethics, and the things that truly matter. Support each other in personal growth and encourage one another to live according to your highest ideals. A relationship rooted in shared values and a commitment to wisdom is one that is likely to be both deep and enduring. By prioritizing these qualities, you create a strong foundation for your relationship, one that can weather any storm and thrive over time. The wisdom of Marcus Aurelius offers timeless insights into how we can enhance our relationships by cultivating empathy, focusing on what we can control, practicing acceptance, and living with integrity. We can create deeper, more meaningful connections with those around us. These Stoic principles remind us that the quality of our relationships is directly tied to the quality of our thoughts and actions. Remember, the strength of your relationships is not just about the external circumstances, but about how you choose to navigate them. By applying these Stoic teachings in your daily interactions, you can build relationships that are resilient, harmonious, and deeply fulfilling. If you found this video helpful, please give it a thumbs up, subscribe to our channel, and share it with others who might benefit from these insights. Let us know in the comments which Stoic principle resonated with you the most and how you plan to apply it in your relationships.